Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hard Count podcast. And today we're going to be talking about a guy that many people have been overlooking recently. A guy who I consider one of the elite talents at the quarterback position. A guy that I consider the second best quarterback in today's NFL. This guy is Deshaun Watson, quarterback of the Houston Texans. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about why a guy as special as Deshaun Watson is being overlooked, why he is so special, and why exactly he is the second best quarterback in the NFL today. Real quick, before we get into the video, I just remind you guys to hit that sub button. It would mean a lot to me. We've been gaining a lot of subs recently, so thank you guys for that. I would love to keep it up, but without further ado, let's get right into the video. We all know Deshaun Watson, Houston Texans quarterback, drafted in 2017. He was a star prospect out of Clemson, and he's blossomed into one of the most talented players in the NFL. But currently, some people are failing to recognize this elite talent. And because of a situation that he was put in, people are simply overlooking this guy who is one of the league's best. Now, let me start with why Deshaun Watson exactly is one of the elite players in the NFL. What makes him special? Well, Deshaun Watson is everything you could want in a quarterback in today's game. And I'm going to go over some of the traits that make him special, see if he checks some of the essential boxes of being a quarterback. But let's start with one thing that I truly believe Watson is one of the best in the NFL at, and it's something that's essential to being a quarterback in the NFL. His deep ball touch passing. I think Deshaun Watson is the best in the NFL at touch passing down the field. And this is the ability to throw the ball over a defense, landing right in the receiver's arms without risk of being intercepted or tipped. And Deshaun Watson does this fantastically, as you can see with the plays that I'm showing you here. This ability opens up so much for an offense. He's able to do it at such a high level, creates a lot of issues for the defenses that you have to pay extra attention to downfield passing games, stretches out the field, and it opens up the run game. It's so important in an offense, and Deshaun Watson does it at an elite level. And then you combine that with his ability to move, his ability to run, his ability to escape. It becomes a lethal combination. And then you add the fact that he is one of the best in the NFL at making plays when he's under pressure on the run. Watson has been fantastic at that. So you have a guy that really extends the field with his deep balls, has that mobility, escapability, combines it with a guy who's, as we see here, one of the best at rolling out of the pocket, making a really difficult throw, or throwing under pressure. It makes Watson the elite playmaker in the NFL. Deshaun Watson, he has that playmaking, as I just talked about, but he also has the accuracy. He has the dead-eye ability to level of an NFL quarterback, and better than that. I don't usually love using simple stats, but he's number one in clean pocket completion percentage this season, which is very impressive. He's very efficient when given the time that is required to throw the ball. So, as I talked about, he's a guy that is able to extend plays. He's the ultimate playmaker in the NFL with his deep ball throwing, his mobility, his ability to throw on the run. And you combine that with his dead-eye accuracy from the pocket, you get one of the elite talents and one of the best players in the NFL, and especially at the quarterback position. You know, I've been saying for a while that Deshaun Watson is, in fact, one of the league's best quarterbacks. And, you know, I thought most people agreed with me on that point, but the amount of Watson disrespect that I'm seeing is only increasing. You know, I was shocked to see this because, you know, how could anyone think that Watson is overrated or not even a top 5 or top 10 quarterback? Well, there's a couple reasons that I saw come up. And, you know, by far, not even close, the most common criticism of Deshaun Watson was that he's not a winning quarterback. The Texans are 4-7. You know, Deshaun Watson is not a winning quarterback. There's 22 players on a football field, along with many others on the sideline, coaching the football team, telling them what to do. Wins is not a quarterback stat. It is a team stat. If It does not tell you how good a quarterback is. It tells you how good a team is, how good all 22 players on the football field are. You know, this argument about winning quarterback versus not winning quarterback really, really bothers me, because if you're a good quarterback, If you are put with the right pieces, you're going to win games. So let me give you an analogy real quick. You have two kids, Jimmy and Carter. Both are in second grade. Both are smart kids. They're going to do well on the tests, right? But the difference is Jimmy is in a class with a bunch of other smart kids as well, while Carter is in a class that's not as smart. So Miss Linda, let's just say, gives out a quiz, and Jimmy and Carter both score 95% on that quiz, right? They both do really well. And Jimmy's class average, though, is a 90%, while Carter's class average is a 55%. Now, both students did really well on the quiz. Both of them are weighing their class average up. And, they did equally well, and they were equally as smart on that quiz, despite the fact that Jimmy's class average was higher than Carter's class average. They were the same, and Jimmy was just as good as Carter. So what I'm trying to get at here is two quarterbacks cannot be compared, because although they might be playing equally well, the wins, in the classroom situation, the class average is determined by the people around them. And yes, they weigh into the wins, just like how the 95% was weighing up that 55%, but it's not enough. That 195% is not enough to lift the class average above a 55%. So I hope you followed along with me there, but I hope that pointed out some of the ridiculousness of saying that a quarterback is not as good as another quarterback because of what's surrounding them is what's really impacting the wins as a whole. And just another example of that, if we looked at, if we were judging quarterbacks by how much they win, then this would be the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL this year. Ben Roethlisberger, number 1. Patrick Mahomes, number 2. Drew Brees, number 3. Jared Goff, number 4. Phillip Rivers, number 5. Ryan Tannehill, number 6. Josh Allen, number 7. Russell Wilson, number 8. Baker Mayfield, number 9. And Aaron Rodgers, number 10. If that is your top 10 quarterbacks list, then I don't even know what to say to you anymore. So I hope that gets you to understand that saying that winning and what's surrounding a quarterback determines how good they actually are is ridiculous to say. Deshaun Watson deserves to be noticed because he is doing everything in his power in this pile of dirt that he's in, to turn that dirt into diamond. He's doing his best to get the Texans the wins that are possible. And if you substituted him with another person, let's say Russell Wilson, I think the Seahawks would have just as many wins. So Deshaun Watson cannot be judged because of the Texans' lack of success this season. Now, I've told you guys why Watson is great. I told you guys why you can't just look at the Texans' record and write off Deshaun Watson. But I'm here to make a bolder claim, probably why you clicked on the video. And I'm here to say that Deshaun Watson is not only an elite quarterback, but he is the second best quarterback in the NFL today. First of all, let's start with what separates Deshaun Watson from those who are often grouped around Deshaun Watson. And I think that's the fact that Deshaun Watson doesn't have a major weakness in his game that defenses can take advantage of. We look at Lamar Jackson, and he isn't great at throwing outside the numbers. If you take away the run game, he struggles a little bit more. That's a weakness. It's exploited by defenses. Josh Allen, he isn't the best touch passer in the league right now. He's got some issues with decision making. Defenses can take advantage of that. And I think a good thing to compare is Belichick. He's a guy that's going to take advantage of your weaknesses. And he's done so with Josh Allen. He slows down Josh Allen. He's done so with Lamar Jackson. He slows down Lamar Jackson. He cannot slow down Deshaun Watson because there's no one major weakness in Deshaun Watson's game to be taken advantage of. So first of all, that is why he is better than the guys like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, who are often grouped in that same category with Deshaun Watson. But I have him at 2. And who are the people that usually come up above Deshaun Watson? Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. And let me just say, I think Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are fantastic quarterbacks. They're number 3 and 4 on my list, but I just think Deshaun Watson is a little bit better. Now let's first look at Aaron Rodgers versus Deshaun Watson. And we know Aaron Rodgers, fantastic quarterback, thrives on making the impossible possible, pretty elusive, has one of the best arms of all time. But Watson has that same impossible factor. He has that same, wow, how did that play just happen factor. Watson makes so many of those impossible throws. And then you add that ability to the fact that he is more elusive, more mobile than Aaron Rodgers. I think we end up with a better quarterback here in Deshaun Watson. So that's my reasoning over Aaron Rodgers. And then Russell Wilson, this one was tough because I think Russell Wilson is fantastic. And I think both of Watson and Wilson are the representative of well-roundedness at quarterback in today's game. And you know what I will say is I think Deshaun Watson is what Russell Wilson is in terms of well-roundedness, but slightly better. I think he throws slightly better touch ball. He's slightly more elusive, slightly more mobile. And I think that adds up to a better quarterback in general. I mean, we've seen Russell Wilson struggle a little bit more with turnovers recently as well. And we haven't seen that from Deshaun Watson. So, I do think it's close, but I think overall, Watson's been playing cleaner football, and I think their well-roundedness is pretty similar with each other. So let me have Deshaun Watson over Russell Wilson. Again, though, do not get me wrong. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, fantastic. I just think Deshaun Watson is a little bit better. So, the Deshaun Watson disrespect has gotten out of line. People need to start appreciating what they have before them. And what they have before them is the second best quarterback in the NFL today. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about the video down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, until next time, peace.